I am Shmukta, PGT Bio. I am going to present 21st chapter of Biology class 11, Neural Control and Coordination. I am going to present the topics neural system, structure of neuron, generation and conduction of nerve impulse, synapse, reflex action and reflex arc. Learning outcomes, knowledge. The student will be know and understand coordination to maintain homeostasis, mechanism of generation and conduction of nerve impulse, concept of transmission of impulse through synapse, skills. The student will be able to describe the generation and conduction of nerve impulse, describe role of neurotransmitters in impulse conduction through synapse, competencies developed in students, collaborative learning, critical thinking, and problem solving ability. Coordination. Coordination is a process through which two or more organs interact and complement the functions of one another. In our body, the neural system and the endocrine system jointly coordinate and integrate all the activities of the organs so that they function in a synchronized manner. Neural system. The neural system of all animals is composed of highly specialized cells called neuron, which can detect, receive, and transmit different kind of stimuli. Neural organization in Hydra. It is composed of a network of neurons. In insect, the brain is present along with a number of ganglia and neural tissue. The human neural system is divided into two parts, central neural system and peripheral neural system. The central neural system includes the brain and spinal cord. The peripheral neural system comprises of all the nerves of the body associated with the brain and spinal cord. The nerve fibers of the peripheral neural system are of two types: efferent fibers. They transmit impulses from tissues or organs to the central neural system. Efferent fibers. They transmit impulses from central neural system to tissues or organ. The peripheral neural system is divided into two divisions. Somatic neural system that relays impulses from the central neural system to skeletal muscles. Autonomic neural system transmit impulses from the central neural system to the involuntary organs and smooth muscles of the body. The autonomic neural system is further classified into sympathetic neural system and parasympathetic neural system. Neurons. A neuron is a microscopic structure composed of three major parts: the cell body, dendrite, and axon. The cell body contains cytoplasm, cell organelles, and certain granular bodies called Nissl granule. The short fibers project out of the cell body are called dendrites. These fibers transmit impulses towards the cell body. The axon is a long fiber that carries impulses away from the cell body. The distal end of the axon is branched. Each branch terminates as a bulb-like structure called synaptic nerve which possesses synaptic vesicles containing chemicals called neurotransmitters. The axons transmit nerve impulses away from the cell body to a synapse or to a neuromuscular junction. Based on the number of axon and dendrite, the neurons are divided into three types. Multipolar neuron with one axon and two or more dendrites found in the cerebral cortex. Bipolar neuron with one axon and one dendrite found in the retina of the eye. And unipolar neuron, the cell body with one axon only and found usually in the embryonic stage. There are two types of axon, myelinated and non-myelinated. The myelinated axon are enveloped with Schwann cells which form a myelin sheath around the axon. The gap between two adjacent myelin sheaths are called nodes of Ranvier. The myelinated axon are found in spinal and cranial nerves. Unmyelinated axon is enclosed by Schwann cells that does not form a myelin sheath around it and is commonly found in autonomous and somatic neural system. Generation and conduction of nerve impulse. The neurons are excitable cells because their membranes are in polarized state. Different type of ion channels are present on the neural membrane. These ion channels are selectively permeable to different ions. When a neuron is not conducting any impulse, the axonal membrane is in resting state or polarized state. The axon membrane is comparatively more permeable to potassium ion and nearly impermeable to sodium ion. Similarly, the membrane is impermeable to negatively charged protein present in the exoplasm. Consequently, the exoplasm inside the axon contains high concentration of potassium ion and negatively charged proteins and a low concentration of sodium ion. In contrast, the fluid outside the axon contains a low concentration of potassium ion and high concentration of sodium ion, thus creating a concentration gradient. This ionic gradient across the axon is maintained by sodium potassium pump, which transports 3 sodium ion outside and 2 potassium ion inside the cell. As the result, the outer surface of the axonal membrane possesses positive charge, while the inner membrane possesses negatively charged, and therefore it is polarized or in the resting state. The electrical potential difference across the membrane is called the resting potential. When a stimulus is applied at the site, for example, point A, on the polarized membrane, the membrane at the site A becomes freely permeable to sodium ion. This leads to rapid influx of sodium ion, followed by the reversal of the polarity at that site. The outer surface of the membrane becomes negatively charged and the inner membrane becomes positively charged. The polarity of the membrane at site A is thus reversed and hence depolarized. The electrical potential difference across the plasma membrane at the site A is called action potential, which in fact is the site of generation of nerve impulse. At site immediately ahead of axon, there is site B has positive charge on the outer surface and negative charge on the inner surface. As the result, current flows on the inner surface from site A to site B. On the outer surface, the current flow from site B to site A. To complete the circuit of current flow. Hence, the polarity at the site is reversed and the action potential is generated at site B. Thus, the impulse generated at site A arrives at site B. The sequence is repeated along the length of the axon and consequently the impulse is conducted. The rise in the stimulus induced permeability to sodium ion is extremely short-lived. It is quickly followed by the rise in permeability to potassium ion. Within a fraction of seconds, the potassium ion diffuses outside and the membrane restores resting potential. The return of nerve fiber to internal negative charge is called repolarization of the membrane. Once again, the sodium-potassium exchange pump starts working and actively transfers 3 sodium ions out of the exoplasm and 2 potassium ions back into the exoplasm. Transmission of impulses. A nerve impulse is transmitted from one neuron to another through the junction called synapse. A synapse is formed by the membranes of presynaptic neuron and a postsynaptic neuron, which may or may not be separated by a gap called synaptic cleft. There are two types of synapse, namely electrical synapses and chemical synapses. At electrical synapse, the membrane of pre and postsynaptic neuron are in very close proximity. The impulse transmission across an electrical synapse is always faster than that across the chemical synapse. At a chemical synapse, the membrane of the pre and the postsynaptic neuron are separated by a fluid-filled space called synaptic cleft. Chemicals called neurotransmitters are involved in the transmission of impulses in these synapses. The axon terminals contain vesicles filled with these neurotransmitters. When an impulse arrives at the axon terminal, it stimulates the movement of the synaptic vesicles toward the membrane, where they fuse with the plasma membrane and release their neurotransmitter in the synaptic cleft. The released neurotransmitter bind to their specific receptors present on the postsynaptic membrane. This binding opens ion channels, allowing the entry of ions, which can generate a new potential in the postsynaptic neuron. The new potential developed may be either excitatory or it may be inhibitory. Reflex action and reflexa. You must have experienced a sudden withdrawal of the body part which come in contact with objects that are really extremely hot or cold. The reflex action are involuntary actions without conscious effort of or thought and require the involvement of a part of central neural system. The reflex pathway comprises one efferent neuron and one efferent neuron arranged in a series. The efferent neuron receives signal from a sensory organ and transmits the impulse through dorsal nerve root to central neural system. The efferent neuron then carries signal from central neural system to effector. The stimulus and response thus forms a reflex arc as shown in the knee-jerk reflex. Concept map. The nervous system is divisible into central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. The peripheral nervous system further it is divisible into somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system it is further divisible into sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. This is the concept map of conduction of the nerve impulses. Concept map of reflex action and reflex arc. Assignment. Very short answer type question. Which part of the neuron is considered as efferent processes? Name the small tubular gap between the two neurons. Question number 3. Give the name of chemicals which are released at synaptic junction. Short answer type question. What are the two types of system that have been developed for control, coordination and integration? Question number 2. Name the types of axon. Question number 3. Define nerve impulse. Explain the factors on which the nerve conduction depends. Long answer type questions. Describe the major events occurring during the transmission of nerve impulse. Question number 2. Explain the process of generation of conduction of nerve impulse with diagram. Thank you.